Houston, along with 10 other U.S. cities, will host World Cup matches next summer, and one of the biggest sporting events ever coming right here to the Bayou City.
I'll say so. And ahead of that global spotlight, Houston leaders are looking to make upgrades. ABC 13 has learned these 3 sites in Midtown are part of their focus. The old Greyhound bus station, the old Holiday Inn, and the neighboring Wells Fargo building.
However, as Liliana Pearson reports, wanting them gone and actually getting rid of them are 2 different things.
This is the old Greyhound station. It's sat empty since 2023, but the new owner tells us he has hopes about how it could one day transform Midtown. But according to emails obtained by 13 Investigates, the city wants this building and others gone. The only problem? Legally, there isn't much the city can do about it.
Midtown Houston has bars, restaurants, and places to live. But people from the area tell ABC 13.
Well, I know there's a lot of people on the streets roaming aimlessly.
Over time, it feels like the amount of crime and unhoused people has grown. Jorge Ramos telling ABC 13 last week the area has changed, but not for the better.
Like, what happened?
In emails obtained by 13 Investigates, we learned the city of Houston wants to improve the area ahead of the 2026 World Cup, saying it's a priority of the Whitmire administration to remove what they call dilapidated buildings. In those emails, they single out the old Greyhound station, Holiday Inn, and Wells Fargo buildings. According to Public Works, they've done inspections, issued violations, and done follow-up investigations at the 3 buildings. All 3 buildings were found not dangerous, according to city code, tying the city's hands in what they're able to do. Though Public Works tells us they're monitoring the properties ahead of the World Cup as a concerted effort to hold property owners accountable for their buildings that pose a risk and add blight to the community. Those emails did mention reaching out to the owners. We spoke to the newest owner of the Greyhound station back in February, who says that he could be open to selling the property to a developer who wants to tear it down and rebuild, saying vacant buildings aren't good for neighborhoods.
If somebody was walking 5 blocks and there's activity, and then something vacant, that really drops off. It doesn't feel safe.
But as of today, the owner says the city has yet to reach out to him. Right now, he's gutting the space and says he's willing to work with the city to make it more visibly pleasing if they reach out. Meanwhile, Midtown Super Neighborhood President Giselle Martinez says communities change, but points out area parks and a sense of community as bright spots.
I think it's gotten better, and there's so much room for improvement, that's for sure.
Public Works says this year the city has set aside $20 million to demolish dangerous buildings, which is more than previous budgets. But obviously, for now, they're not going to be spending that money here. The other 2 buildings, the Holiday Inn and the Wells Fargo, both of those are owned by LLCs. We did attempt to contact those property owners, but were unsuccessful. From Midtown, I'm Liliana Pearson, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.